And we are back live from X Games Austin, the Summer X Games here, and it is quite warm outside, getting heated up here in the venue. Bets, we're rocking tees all day long.
That's when you know it's hot.
And the fans, are you guys enjoying this action so far? We've had two great games of very close domination, difference there of just 3 points, and then Search and Destroy. Fizzer putting on such an incredible show. The rest of the team stepping up. Stainville going 8-2 as well.
It's just his consistency for me, which makes Fizzer just such a good player. And is he going to continue to drop those numbers in respawn? That's the big thing. Because yesterday, we mentioned a lot, he struggled in that respawn, but started the game off with 35 kills, started the day off rather with 35 kills in the game of domination. Now over to a Blitz Freight game. This, for me, is just so crucial. The winner of this takes the series in my mind.
All right, who is going to have the stronger Blitz game, and what did we see from these two teams yesterday?
I mean, yesterday we saw both teams kind of struggle at times with their Blitz. It wasn't on point, and what makes this just so intense is the fact that both these two teams' play style is pretty much exactly the same. You can compare both players from either teams and put them together and you can say, all right, these players match up individually. As I said, they're both playing that objective kind of game role as opposed to the slaying game role.
Yeah.
So Blitz is going to be all about just caps, 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 caps.
We've seen a lot of strong SMGs, and if you remember back to Strike Zone, it was the OpTic Nation crew that looked like they were getting better rotations, but they didn't get more kills. It was strictly business getting more kills in this one. I don't think in Blitz you necessarily need to outslay your opponent. You need to outthink them in a lot of situations.
Right.
So this one is anyone's game in my mind. I'm looking for Miracles to have a very big game. If he can get it going with that Vector, get his hot hand early on, that's going to open up some really big lanes. And I'd love to see Ricky actually at times on Freight pull out. He's going to be running an SMG most of the time, but I'd love to see him possibly switch over to an AR if he needs to play defense.
Yeah, you can see Ricky on the screen there as well. Watch out for John. I have a feeling if John goes off for SB, if he can drop some serious numbers as well, it's going to make SB's life just a lot more easier in terms of capping those blitz caps. But all honesty, Puckett, this is anybody's game.
Anyone's game?
It really is. And
we haven't talked a lot about Spacely today.
We haven't, but he's been relatively quiet today. Yeah. Yesterday, he was making a big performance. He came to the X Games with a bang. I want to see him now in this Blitz Freight just come back to life. See exactly how he was playing yesterday, but in all honesty, to think the loser goes home from this best of 5 out of the X Games, so much pressure on both these two teams, and it's just so hard to pick between the two. Like, if I'm a fan of either of these two teams that sat at home, I'm nervous.
You nervous?
I'd be very nervous. I'd be shaking.
Federation. Looks like that squad is going to be OpTic Nation. The Ghost Spawn belongs to Strictly Business. Off the break, here's a look at the map Blitz. Of course, you have the bottom quarter. That is going to be the beer spawn, as I like to call it out. And then on the opposite side, we're going to see some action here as a lot of players will be trying to set up behind those barrels up top. Rain and fire down low, possibly jumping in for some scores as well. Shutting the doors is going to be key, making sure that no one is sneaking through. We failed to get 2 players in, so we'll go for a quick restart on this map. But out of all the teams competing here this weekend, who do you think has the best Blitz game, Ben?
Best Blitz, EG.
EG, hands down?
Without, because they're in a strange position where you could take any one of those players and say, I need you to be the top slayer, and they could all do it. You could, but for example, a lot of people look at TP and they say, oh, he's the best objective player in the game. He's just so good at slaying as well. You don't often get to see it because he's surrounded by teammates that slay, like Aches, Karma, like those guys drop serious numbers. Krim as well. I mean, you can't obviously forget about him. But if you were to all of a sudden just say, oh, I want to change how we play, TP, you'd be the guy that gets the kills, Krim, you get the caps. It'd still work.
Still work.
So for me, they have the best Blitz game here at the X Games.
I like EG's Blitz game as well. I think OpTic Nation has gotten a lot stronger in their defense on Blitz, so I think that is a team to look out for as well. Really want to see how do these two teams stack up against each other, because yesterday, Team Caliber really gave OpTic Nation a run in this game mode, and on the other end, EG definitely was looking strong in Strictly Business. They got out to the hot start and never looked back from there. It wasn't really a huge blowout in this game mode in either of those matches, but both teams did struggle with the initial control.
Right. So going into this, both teams, they know how important this is going to be. This map, genuinely, I see it being the factor, because you can look at it either way. You can look at it as Nation are going to hold the S&D, and SB are going to hold the respawn, or you can look at it how it's gone already in the series, where it's flipped. where SB, they take the search and destroy, Nation take the respawn. It doesn't matter how you look at it. This map, so crucial. The players just waiting for the game to get underway. They're just going to be changing up their classes, etc. And I've got to give Stainville some props as well. For me, so far in this series, he's kind of standing out to me. In that first game of domination, he wasn't, top of the stats, but he was doing such an important role with those rotations around. But then the S&D, so consistent as well. He was up there with Fizzit, dropping some serious
sniper,
numbers.
too.
Exactly, that's what made it even more impressive. He wasn't missing.
He's confident
Where
today.
was he yesterday in the 1v1? That's what I'm saying.
Hey, yo.
We should give Parasite a run for our money. Really.
Killa ready to get this game going. You can see all the players knowing how important this match is. Fizzerp going over some last-minute strategy with the squad on Strictly Business. Of course, guys, if you are just tuning in, Fizzerp is not the normal fourth on this team. Methods is normally in his fourth seat. Unfortunately, Methods too young to attend some of the major events, so Fizzerp is the fill-in, and he has done a phenomenal job so far for this team.
100%. I mean, you can't knock him. I mean, yesterday you could arguably say, yeah, his respawn lacked and didn't really help SB, but today looks like a brand new player. It looks like this is almost a Crimsix performance.
They're ready to go, so it looks like game number 3 is loading up as we speak. We're going to switch back over once again. We're going to have Stainville and the boys on Strictly Business starting off from our Ghost side. The Federation spawns will belong to OpTic Nation. Now, Benson, in your opinion, does one side have a more advantageous attack range, or where would you prefer to spawn first?
It's interesting you say that. Personally, I prefer the Ghost spawn, so the SB spawn, because that spawn trap back lumber is just so brutal. If you get trapped there, it's just horrible. It's almost impossible to get out. But at the same time, that Federation spawn also gives you that spawn, the exact same spawn trap, just on the opposite side towards crates. So both sides for me, very spawn trap heavy.
Player preference on this map. And we're going to start things off. I got Stainville on your screen. He is going to be taken down immediately by Killa. Fizzerp answers back and Spacely gets a kill as well. So 3 down for OpTic Nation, 2 down for Strictly Business off the break, and already a cap from Spacely.
Spacely starting off very well, but Nation also with a cap of their own. That came in from Ricky. So trade off to start things off here within the first 30 seconds. Oh, and the knife comes in from Spacely. Good reactions as he shuts down. Ricky finds the second. No, doesn't. Embos turns around and gives him the nasty.
Fizzerp has snuck by at least one player. Will they know he's behind enemy lines? It looks like here's going to be a battle. No, did not check the base. Fizzerp's got a free capture. 2-1, Strictly Business. They know they got to play some defense, though, and it looks like the pressure's coming down low. Can Fizzerp get an angle in time? He's going to have 3 players to look at, and here comes Ricky and Miracles. Once again, that score come from Miracles. Ricky setting up behind enemy lines.
Yep. Now, with a couple of kills potential here, this is that spawn trap I was talking about, Puckett. When those players start spawning and there's back crates, you can pick up a lot of kills, but John, too wise, he is going to pick up that kill. 2 to 3 in favor of OpTic Nation.
Big sneaky play was trying to be set up by Killa. That one failed, and now with 3 dead at once, it's going to be Strictly Business back on the prowl. Fizzerp's going to meet 2. His teammate will not be able to jump in. Big defensive kills from Killa. He just picked up one of his teammates, unfortunately, but also stopped Fizzerp, and we do have a sneak in the back.
Stainville
is coming in, and he's got it clean. 3-3.
Nice play from him. He went all the way around the outside through bottom white and just waited for OpTic Nation to push out. Full plays from Nation actually went down there momentarily. So look out for someone from SB to try and get another cap. There it is. That's going to give them that lead 4-3.
And John's in that power position we were talking about in the fly-through. Unfortunately, Killa just rips him real quick. Didn't even get a chance to spawn trap. And now Spacely knows we're back on defense. Player in his base will not get there in time. Another cap goes through. All 4 members of OpTic Nation now with a cap in the first 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, they're looking very good as well. You know, you look at the SB lineup, you got 2 caps coming in from Fizzerp, 3 and 4. Spacely, we said he hasn't really had that much to do in this series. Well, he's 9 and 5 right now, so he's leading his team in the slaying category, doing very well. Killa on a 6-point streak right now as well, Puckett.
And John just went through, so Killa's starting to get heated up, but caps are still coming in. Let's go to Killa. He got number 7 and then was taken down. Embos falls as well. Ricky in the base will not get a cap. 4 down once again. Here comes Strictly Business back on the charge.
It's Spacely who is going to be leading this charge as he opens that fire door. He's up top, so this is a very good route to take. You can actually just jump off this stairwell. Gets the kill anyway. And there's the cap. SB now starting to build a little bit of a lead.
Look at that kill feed, man. That was, again, 3 down. I feel like OpTic Nation, they're hanging in this game when it comes to just overall kills, but when Strictly Business gets kills, it seems to be all at one time. OpTic Nation then coming from their spawn. They're too late to get to the objective, and that's the difference in our scoreboard, 7-4.
Look at Stainville. Stainville in a very, very far push position. He's going to have a couple of players up next to him, and this is what makes him just such a good objective player. He just knows when to sort of sneak, and he knows when to pick up those kills. And again, he's having a fantastic series. 5 for 7 in this game, 2 caps though, and that is a huge factor, especially when it comes to Blitz. The more caps you get, the easier it is.
Yeah, 14-6 for Spacely at the moment, though. He is my player to watch. As soon as John dies, we'll go over to him. Looks like Spacely just taking over that middle of the map roll. John is going to be focused on the objective here. One more player in red, or fire, excuse me. Looks like he's going to get that kill. Now going to be jumping up top as we're going to see another cap go through from Fizzer.
And it just seems like OpTic Nation have just kind of self-imploded right now. SB just picking up every single kill, it seems. All those 1v1s being won by players from Strictly Business. Nation haven't pushed past that sort of halfway point of the map for a very long time. They've been pinned in the back of their base, and Bishop's going to get another one. Finally, a cap traded, but a 5-point lead Puckett with 40 seconds left.
Both teams scoring there, doubling up on their opponent's scores. Strictly Business. John coming to life as well now at 12-8, make it 13-8 after that kill. Bizzard's out of ammo, though. He needs to find a gun off the ground. Maybe a knife here.
No.
Desperate moves will not be able to work out for him. We're going over to Stainville to close out this first half. In comes OpTic Nation. Will they be able to capture? It looks like 11 seconds left. Killa's going to be pushing in. Miracles goes through. Killa set up for the respawn. He's got 1 second to do it.
Don't think he's going to be able to.
And he's just going for the kills here, not going for the objective. Wouldn't have time anyway. 10-6. OpTic Nation does bring it within 4 points at the end.
Still, though, that's a big lead SB have developed. Now the key for SB here is keep the pressure on.
Do not turtle.
Yeah, as soon as you see teams turtle, I mean, it tends to go downhill. For anyone that's unfamiliar with the term turtling, it's basically where you have all 4 players in your own base. You play very, very passively. You allow the opposition to get control of the map and push towards you. It's not really advised unless you're in the last 30 seconds with maybe a 2-point lead. But even then, you want someone always being aggressive.
Starting things off here with Killa. Long-range shots will finally connect. John's going to pick up a 2-piece early on. Ricky and Emvo's down. It's going to be up to Killa and Miracles to protect. Another great shots there from Killa, but we had a player slip underneath, and that is going to be Fizzer's 4th capture. So Spacely with 4, Fizzer with 4, Stainville with 2 caps. And as we've switched sides, I'm wondering, can OpTic Nation put the same pressure that Strictly Business did to them in that first side?
Well, they need to, Puckett, that's for sure. Because right now, SB are kind of running away with this game. Nation are able to get a cap, but still, we're back to kind of square one, if you will. Still a bit of a lead for SB. We need to see a bit of a relay really come in from Nation. They need to lock down some kills, get the spawn trap back lumber, and really start to reduce this deficit.
Ooh, 3 down for Nation once again. Miracles, last man in his base to protect.
He's going to have a load of SB players pushing. He's shut down 1. Needs to shut that front door, though, because his teammates, once again, falling, and he goes down.
Wow.
4 players from Nation down, and you just can't do that. You can't have, 4 players drop, because SB, they're just going to punish you.
You see them all pushing forward, Spacely getting shots, and 2 players will not get any kills. Finally cleaning up 1, but he will be taking down John. There to back him up, picked up 2, going for the 3rd.
Oh.
Bizzard is going to help him out. 3 straight kills for Strictly Business and a capture, as Stainville is still set up to continue the spawn trap.
This game is running away from OpTic Nation if they're not careful. Stainville, even he's getting spawn kills. He's going to get another cap, so a 7-point lead, 3 minutes 14 left. It's still possible for a comeback, easily possible, but you need to get rid of John, who's just basically sat there saying, I'm just going to spawn kill everything I see.
9 kills spree for John.
No
Not
big
bad.
Deal. No big deal. Yeah.
25-13 with 4 captures now. John with 2 caps on this second side. Let's go over to Stainville. Stainville's going to slip through. No! Nice defensive stand from Killa finally, but this game now an 8-point deficit. I don't know if OpTic Nation can come back unless they completely lock down this spawn trap.
Oh, they need to stop letting SB slide through. That's the big thing. They are just having a field day right now. John's actually just ran out of ammo. That's how many things he's killed recently. He's running out of ammo. 10-point streak. I want to see if he can keep the streak alive.
You want to see John?
He's at 11-point streak.
He did find ammo.
He found a The streak's alive, ladies and gentlemen. The streak is alive.
I expect him just to run out there and die. Not John.
No,
He's
no.
like, Benson, I'll give you a 50 bomb. Ready?
I want to see a 50 bomb.
I got 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Plenty of time. John is down. Let's go back to him off the respawn. Because he definitely has the high hand. Spacely, though, has really turned it up. 22 and 14. He is here to play today. Let's see if he can sneak in first.
Has a couple of players around that. Fizzup's going to bait, and there's the classic bait and switch move, but Killer was also in there to get the defensive kills. But again, another trade comes in, and that's going to leave Stainville in a position to try and get a cap. But Nation come home and get another cap. Still a minute, 14 seconds left. 17 points to 9. Bucket, this game's pretty much over.
Here's a look at John on your screen. You can see the intensity on his face. Lots of small talk on this squad, making sure that they're calling out the locations of their opponents. That's really the key to Blitz, is knowing where all 4 of your opponents are at all times.
Oh, 100% communication in all game types as well. Absolutely key. But Blitz, arguably one of the harder game types to really communicate properly, because it's just so difficult to try and keep tabs up, because as we said, that sneaky game style that people play, it's very, very difficult to try and anticipate where those players are going to be sneaking from.
John going down spacely on a 4-point spree after going through is going to try and rally this. They're looking for the blowout now. Will they be able to get 20 captures? 60 seconds left to go.
Well, if they carry on with the same tempo, they may actually be able to do that, but Nation, they're going to go into a game of domination up next, and losing 2 maps back-to-back, especially in S&D, which people will be sat at home thinking they should have won, on paper at least, but honestly, I think that could be just a momentum killer.
What's that?
I think that could just be a momentum killer.
This Blitz game?
Yeah.
You're calling another 3-1?
I think it could be, because if SB, with John playing this like this, basically he's just heated up as well. Stainville's playing intelligent. Fizzup as well. You go back to that first game of domination. If they continue with this lane, I just don't think there's a way for OpTic Nation to keep up.
Spacely just hit 30, so did John. John gets his 6th capture, tying Spacely on our leaderboard. What a performance from the young guns, just 17 and 18 years old. And John continuing to slay at the end will go down. The final score, 20-10, strictly business, doubling up over their opponents.
And they made it look easy as well. That was the thing. Consistent pressure in that OpTic Nation base. Fantastic performance coming in from strictly business. And again, Fizzup doing so much better in respawn than we saw him do yesterday. You have to say that's a key factor today.
Next time we play the Freight Blitz, you can hit underground as long as we say if it's open. Then you can bleed them.
It was open though. I didn't knife it. It was already open.
Already talking about
right?
future matches. That is pure confidence from this squad. And you can tell they're still ironing out their strategies.
Well, I mean, of course.
Really great to see them having this much success with so little time playing together with Fizzard. But here's a look at our final stats. 31 and 20 from John, 6 captures. 31-18 from Spacely with 6 captures. On the other side, you can just see another rough game. Ricky with just 14, Miracles just 19. He was my player to watch coming into this. Simply could not get it going.
Yep. And you just saw there as well, Killer was on your screen. Head in his hands. 1 map away from elimination.
Looking like they're giving up, Ben. I'm a little bit worried. They need to step up, and they need to do it now. Game 4 coming up after this.